Do. Okay, there it goes. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Welcome to my Wednesday morning live stream. Today is June the 3rd, 2026. It's Wednesday. I said that. The moon is in Capricorn, and the color of the day today, ladies and gentlemen, is yellow. Yellow. Good morning. How's everybody feeling this morning? Listen, I have a different setup here on my podcast altars. So for those of you watching via YouTube, say good morning. I do have the chat on. And so for those of you who do open the link on Facebook, hop on over here to YouTube. Hopefully you can hear me because I'm using a new microphone. If someone cannot hear me, please let me know since we are live streaming. But I debated, guys, on getting online today with you all and doing a live video. One, because I'm hella tired. So if you're watching via video, you can see like it's early, guys. It is like 6:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Kentucky. But I thought, you know what? I am about to get to my tarot card reading this morning for myself because I do pull tarot cards early in the morning. It's my way of doing my morning ritual. Not going to the bathroom morning ritual, but doing my morning ritual. And so, people that know me know that I am very much a spiritual person. And so, I enjoy doing tarot card readings for myself in the morning. And then I pray, y'all. Ironically, hold on, let me get my coffee. I pray over the people in my world based on the information that I receive from my tarot card reading in the morning. But lately, y'all, I've been slacking. Okay, so again, if you're watching, say good morning. I'm going to explain to you what I have in front of me first. But for those of you all that don't know who I am, this is Wild Kingdom Wellness, a podcast, right? But my name is Holly King, and I am a career. Well, I've had a lot of careers, but right now I am a career licensed massage therapist in the state of Kentucky. Okay. And the state of Indiana. I also have a license to practice massage in the state of Indiana. So good old Midwest girl. That's really what I am, y'all. I'm a good old Midwest ghetto based country girl. Like that, if somebody were to describe me, that's probably how they would describe me, which is funny because I'm like, you know what? I don't care. So to really boil it down, boys and girls, I could give two shits about what people think about me because it ain't nothing but a thing, right? It ain't nothing but a thing. People's opinions are like buttholes, and everybody has one. But I genuinely, y'all, as a spiritual life coach, as well as a massage therapist, as well as a yoga teacher and a Reiki master and a tarot card reader and an astrologer and all the things, y'all, all the things wellness, all the things, spiritually well, that is who I am as a person. And so I get really intimidated at times, y'all, when I am jumping onto a live video or a podcast and talking to the world at large about my personal journey, okay, about what I'm doing and what I'm seeing go on in the world around me, and then being able to professionally and publicly explain to people, that like life is very challenging right now. Okay, let me clarify that for you all, because I know as a massage therapist and I'd rather call myself a therapist and just say it like that, y'all, because here's the thing about being a massage therapist. Okay, you are helping people from dealing with chronic pain, stress, and anxiety. There's no way around it. You are helping people deal with chronic pain, stress, and anxiety if you are a licensed massage therapist. Now, some people will get into massage therapy not only because of the medical benefits to massage therapy, and there are many. We'll talk about we'll do a podcast one day, y'all, soon, on the 25 medical benefits that I know for sure are helpful to patients when they receive massage therapy. So, but I'm getting off course here right now, y'all. I'm getting off track. But I'm so, flabbergasted at how beneficial massage therapy can be for people. But that's not the only thing that I do as a person. I also profess spirituality as a practice. Okay. So I wanted to paint the picture for you all this morning about who I am as a person for those of you that do not know who I am. So, again, like, subscribe, share these videos with people that you feel might need a little bit of uplifting first thing in the morning or last thing before they go to bed, because the channel's growing, boys and girls. This podcast is getting views. And I'm like, whoa, okay, I don't need to shut my mouth. So I digress. And this morning, as I was pulling out my tarot cards and my altar, I decided to utilize these cards here, which are the Dracula cards. Okay, so you're like, what? I thought you were a spiritual person, Holly King. Why are you dabbling with Dracula tarot cards? Isn't that satanic? No, it is not. And I'm going to explain to you all why it is not satanic to use tarot cards in your morning rituals. Okay. I wish more Christians would use tarot cards in their morning rituals. But would a Christian brother or sister in Christ pull a deck of Vlad Dracula Tarot by, let's see, Travis McHenry? Okay, so these cards, if you're watching via video, let me get close to the camera here. Vlad Dracula Tarot are the name of these cards. And so the thing about these cards, you all, what drew me to these cards years ago, because I've had them in my tarot card arsenal for quite some time. But what drew me to these cards was the fact that I love Halloween. Okay, number one, my favorite holiday on the planet is Halloween. Or if you are a Wiccan or you practice in the Wheel of the Year rituals, so it's the lighter side of witchcraft, I guess you could say, whatever. I don't care what you call it, okay, energy work. But for me, I absolutely love the American tradition of Halloween. It is my favorite holiday for a million reasons. It's not just because the season is starting to cool down, like summer's starting to wind down, the smell of the fall leaves. There's nothing like it. Okay. And y'all, listen, it is hard for people to smell anything anymore. And that's because the coronavirus destroyed so many people's taste and smell. Okay. Just side note. I want you to ask yourself a question. Can you smell and taste things the way you could 10 years ago? And I'm not just saying, oh, it's because we've aged. No, bitches, listen. That virus fucked some people up. Okay. It just did. So anyway, I'm not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about these Dracula tarot cards and why I love Halloween. And again, the reason is because I love the energy of the season. Okay. It's when we as human beings here in America, around the end of October, again, which is also my birthday. So you can buy me a cup of coffee later, y'all. Subscribe. Okay. That's my early birthday present, boys and girls, is that you will subscribe to this Wild Kingdom Wellness podcast. Okay, just do it. Just do it. Looks like one person's watching. Say good morning, guys. The chat is open. But I'm explaining why I absolutely fell in love with these Vlad, VLAD Dracula tarot cards and picked them up a couple of years ago at, ironically, Barnes and Noble. That's where I got these cards, y'all. Was Barnes and Noble bookstore in Louisville, Kentucky. That's where I got these, y'all. They sell tarot cards at Barnes and Noble, one of the most mainstream, white collar bookstores that we have in our city. And they sell a lot of books and things on magic and witchcraft and tarot cards. Okay. So let's dispel the dark side. Let's dispel this morning the dark side of what it means to read tarot. And let's rewire our brains, boys and girls. Let's rewire our brains and realize that tarot cards are almost always a part of spiritual history. Okay, so now I'm going down a different rabbit hole with you guys. So pay attention. This morning, talking about doing my prayer time in my altar, when I decided to work with the Vlad Dracula Tarot, I shuffled them up. I promise I did. In the name of Jesus, y'all. I ain't lying. Like, I shuffled up the cards this morning, did my thing. Again, this is before I decided I was going to go on a live stream and show you all my altar this morning. Okay. Because again, I'm hella busy and y'all are busy. We're all busy. We got shit going on in the background, but this podcast is so important to me, and being able to share with you all like the safety behind having a common day morning spiritual ritual. Okay, so I'm shuffling along. I pulled the card. I just flipped this one over. And boys and girls, this is the Seven of Cups. Okay, so you can see that if you're on the live stream. Okay, and again, these are the Dracula cards. Now, this guy right here in the red, cooking this gypsy. It's a gypsy. For those of you all listening via audio, you'll just have to trust me. The image on this card is Vlad cooking a gypsy in a boiling pot of hot water. Okay. And it's the Seven of Cups card. Now, at first glance, these cards are excessively dark and grotesque. I mean, you look at them and you're like, this guy in history, Vlad Dracula, was also known as the Impaler, Impaler. He impaled people with knives, steak. Like he did eat their flesh, and drank their blood. He did. Like, that is a historical account of a real human being. I believe in Romania, Transylvania area. I'm going to do a deep dive on Vlad, y'all. I love history, okay? But right now, off the top of my head, if I recall, Vlad Dracula was born in or lived in the area of Romania, Transylvania, all the Anias. Okay, so he was an Anian, whatever that means. But y'all, these cards are dark, right? And so I was like, well, what does the Seven of Cups mean to a tarot card reader? Okay. And so I wrote down on my little journal this morning that I had pulled the Seven of Cups tarot cards. And that's where I stopped and I said, I'm going to do a live video and read to you all the meaning, the tarot card meaning of the Seven of Cups. Okay. So I'm going to start with I got two books here because y'all know how much I love my books. I mean, and if you don't, you will. So make sure you like and subscribe. But here are the Vlad. This is the interpretation book for the cards, the Vlad Tarot. Okay. This is my tarot card Bible. And I recommend y'all the tarot card Bible to everyone on the planet. If you didn't, please do not be afraid that this word is Bible. Okay. Just let go of some of your mental atrocities when it comes to, like, Christians being all scared of saying something else could be a Bible. Okay. It's a textbook. It's a textbook. So stop freaking out, boys and girls, when you see me hold up the crystal Bible, the tarot card Bible, the Reiki Bible, because I have all the Bible sets of Bibles of things like this, y'all. I'm just saying. And I have all the Bibles on the Bibles. I have the Catholic Bible. I have the Jewish Bible. I have the Quran, King James, New Quest Bible, New International Version. Did I say Catholic? I got a couple Catholic Bibles, y'all. I got a big Catholic Bible that's got the Maccabees in it. I'm getting distracted, y'all. Squirrel, sorry. But anyway, this is the tarot card Bible. Okay, so we're going to read a couple interpretations to you this morning about the Seven of Cups and what it means to me as a practitioner as I start my day. Okay, so let's go to the Vlad Tarot card book first. The Seven of Cups, again, as I said, is Vlad dunking a gypsy into a pot of boiling water. And the reason he did that, I did pre-read this part, y'all. The reason he did that was because the gypsy had stolen something from someone. Okay, so he was a thief, right? Now y'all see why I love this, because it's storytelling. It's not satanic ritual work, y'all. It's storytelling. So 3 of you are watching. I got 2 likes. I love you all. Say good morning. Happy day. All right. So if this card resonates with you today as well, please take it and use it. But understand that spiritual work, tarot card readings, it's not scary. It's for everyone. Okay. At least if you're an adult. And I read for teenagers too, but I also have to have their guardianship permission. So, but right now I've been reading for myself. So that's how we practice, right? All right. So 7 of Cups, serving soup from a boiled thief is the subtitle. I'm going to read. One of the most unusual stories about Vlad relates to his punishment of a gypsy thief. The thief's clan asked Vlad for their friend's release, and he agreed to release the thief on conditions that the gypsy clan hang the criminal. So basically, here's what this is saying. Dude's a thief. Okay, this gypsy stole something. And so the other gypsies came to Vlad, who was going to punish him and persecute him. Breath of Fresh Air 6. I love tarot, and I see it as art and energy reading, which is fun. Good morning. Thank you, Breath of Fresh Air 6. You are a breath of fresh air for commenting. So thank you. So anyway, enjoy this reading, please. It's free, right? But anyway, so Vlad caught the thief, okay? And so he ended up putting him in a pot of boiling water. Well, the thief's friends, who were also gypsies, came along and said, dude, just let him go, please. And it goes on to say, the gypsies explained that in their world, theft was not a capital offense and that the Holy Roman Emperor had commanded that no gypsy could be executed by hanging, which is why Vlad put him in a pot of boiling water. Duh. And so Vlad had the thief thrown into a cauldron and boiled alive anyway. And then what he did, instead of releasing this gypsy to his friends, he forced the unfortunate man's comrades to consume the resulting soup. Like, that's gross, y'all. That's just nasty, okay? But it's history. I mean, assuming that this deck of tarot cards is going from the true history of Vlad Dracula. We'll call him Vlad for short. Drad. He's a drag Vlad Dracula. Say that 20 times fast. Anyway, under the threat of death, I'll continue. The clan was compelled, under the threat of death, the clan was compelled to consume not only the broth, but also the flesh and softened blood of the thief. Vlad's imprisonment and punishment was an incentive and forced the gypsies to eat. Was inventive by forcing the gypsies to eat boiled man's flesh, and he made it clear that his commands were not to be questioned. Okay, so the divinity meaning is this: imagination, illusion, feeling directionless. This card is about illusion and unusual fantasies that can never, it even says never in here. I don't use that word a lot, y'all, but never come to fruition. Okay. The 7 of Cups symbolizes images that come and go in a passing fancy. Now, that's the interpretation from this Vlad Dracula Tarot. I like to go to my Tarot Bible by Sarah Bartlett Sterling. Actually, it is Sterling Publishing. That's my cat's name, y'all. And my grandfather's name, by the way. So, Sterling. I like to go to the Bible and see what the generic meaning to a card is, because sometimes, y'all, the cards that are created through art and different storytelling, they're going to tell you a story based on, this deck of cards, Vlad Dracula. But this book gives you a very common sense take on what a particular tarot card might mean. Okay, so second interpretation, the Seven of Cups, and you'll see here in the tarot card Bible, the image is completely different. So we don't have a scary, uh, murderous energy. Can I say that on YouTube? Whoop beep. Sorry. We don't have that scary, unaliving energy, right? We have this Seven of Cups happy card. Okay. So the key words in the Tarot Bible for the Seven of Cups is wishful thinking, self-indulgence, and too many choices. Now, if you ask me as a tarot card reader, that's completely different than the interpretation of the Vlad tarot cards. But I get where they were going with the self-indulgence, right? Because it's like, you know, this is a very controlling deck of cards. This is very conceptually easy to understand. So, get this book, y'all. Get it. The key phrases for the Seven of Cups are things like feeling disorganized, fantasizing about what you can achieve, high expectations, lazy attitude for life, putting off the inevitable, believing you can get away with anything, having your cake and eating it too, illusions about love, and an array of options that you have in front of you. So now let me apply this to my life as it is right now. That fucking card is crazy because I have been sitting here, you all, for weeks, not days, not hours, not minutes, but months. This whole first half of 2026 has been wacky. I'm just going to use the word wacky. Okay. It's been wacky in so many ways. You know how you get to the end of the year and you're like, next year, I'm going to do things differently. And you plan and you set out these goals and you're like, I'm going to change some things about my life. I'm going to work more on my health. As a caretaker, I'm going to take care of myself more than others. And then you wake up on January 1st, February 1st, March 1st, April, May. Here we are in June 3rd, right? And you're like, I don't think I accomplished shit that I set out to do this year yet. Okay. And the key word for me, y'all, is yet. Because what I've been working on as a massage therapist and a spiritual life coach and a mom and a grandma, and yes, some of you all call me Granny, which is perfectly fine. You can call me Granny. I am happy to be called Granny. So make sure you like and subscribe because I'm the coolest Granny on the planet. Okay. But y'all, my brain hurts. Like every day I wake up and go, oh my God, it's just work, eat, sleep, pray, repeat, work, eat, sleep, pray, repeat. Maybe spend a little time with my grandchild, maybe see my mom on an occasion, maybe get a massage a couple times a month because I have no choice. I don't, y'all. Listen, being a massage therapist, if you don't get massages and take the stress and pain off of your body while you're taking the stress and pain off of other people's bodies, I don't see how you do it. If you're a massage therapist and you don't get massages, I don't see how you actually do your job. I'm sure there are some that do because there are people, y'all, listen, there are a few people on the planet that don't want to be touched ever. They're like, don't touch me. No me tocas, like, don't touch me, which is Spanish for don't touch me, right? No me tocas, I think. If I'm wrong, correct me. But they're like, don't touch me. I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be squeezed. Don't hug me. This is my personal space, right? Do you know anybody like that? Breath of Fresh Air 6, that's my twin flame's name. Oh, I forgot what I said. Vlad? So if you're still here, what name? I forgot. Sorry, I was talking in my head here. But seriously, and listen, twin flames, girl, if you're a girl. Sorry, I don't know if you're a girl. See, we make these assumptions, right? We make these assumptions that we know who's on the YouTube with us on live streams. But anyway, dear friend, I'm going to call you friend. So, but yeah, life is crazy. And I'm a spiritual person. Like I am so much more spiritual inside of my mind than I am physical on the outside of my body. But people don't get it. They don't understand until they get into my energy, their energy. And that is why when I was talking about being a therapist and making sure that you get your own work done, because there is something, y'all, breath of fresh air 6. Have you heard of transference and counter transference? Have you ever heard those terms? Okay. And for those of you all that are watching this video who are friends of mine who are clinical therapists and psychologists, okay. Oh, by the way, I love my new shirt. I am white, but not that white. We'll talk about that in a minute. But y'all, I don't understand how therapists don't go to therapy. It blows my mind. It literally, that is the one thing. I don't have a lot of pet peeves, y'all. I don't. I really don't. Like I do, but they're stupid. It's little things like, I don't know, my husband dropping popcorn on the floor at night when he's watching TV. Surely that wouldn't bother me. Anyway, just saying, Gregory, because I know you'll listen to this podcast. But y'all, like a lot of stuff really doesn't bother me as a massage therapist and as a therapist, a yoga teacher, a Reiki master, a tarot card reader. I've gotten to the point as a middle-aged woman, as a grandma, like my give a shit filter is pretty much, it's as thin as it's gonna get. Like my personal give a shit filter is as thin as it's going to get. And there's, again, a reason behind that. This world creates very apathetic people, if you haven't noticed, right? But when you're a spiritual person, you're like, why? Why is everybody hating each other? Why is the government imploding on itself, acting like idiots? Like, why? Why? Why do we have this debacle of an elite tech god AI storyline? Like, breath of fresh air, if you haven't been here long, I do end up going on these tangents about how erroneous our government is and how stupid. Like, I don't even like to use the word stupid when I talk to people because nobody's really that stupid. But these government entities that are trying to tell us, the humans, what to do, they stupid. Like I'm like, are you serious? You're really going to flash all this, shiny glory of being a president or a congressman, man or woman or a senator. You're going to listen, Erica Kirk, I love you. I have no look, and I'm going on another tangent. She may or may not ever see this. Okay. And if you don't know what's going on with Erica Kirk and Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly and Theo Vaughn and all the people that I watch on YouTube, please do a deep dive. Okay. But here's the thing about my pet peeves in the world. When I'm watching other channels, when I'm watching the government, when I'm watching, the Epstein elite file, like when I'm watching all this stuff, you all, as a consumer of media, like that's a pet peeve of mine, is stupid government. It has become that obvious that we have a very stupid government. That's not treasonous to say that. It's not anti-Semitic to say that. It's not racist to say that by any means. It's not, it's my First Amendment right, y'all, to say, I think the government is stupid. As a civilian, I think the government is stupid. And so, because I feel like a whole lot of hella other people feel that we just can't even really do anything anymore about it, which is not true. Like, we feel that way as a society. But the last few weeks, y'all, I've realized we can do something about the stupidity of our federal government. And it's really more our federal government than it is our city and our local government. Although my city local government, they took the black pill like a couple months ago. I'm like, what are you doing? We have one of the greatest cities in the United States of America ever. Louisville is one of the coolest hidden jewels that you could ever find in the United States of America. We are so diverse. We're so diverse in Louisville. We are so diverse. And you know what? We are a sanctuary city. So ICE can go away. Bye-bye. Go melt. Okay. Without a fucking subpoena, some shit, get your proof before you go throwing people into the detention tank, okay? Because Louisville's a sanctuary city, or at least it was. I think it still is. And I watch these global politics and how, like, ICE can only go into cities that are non-sanctuary without just cause. If I'm understanding the law correctly, I did not know I was going to talk about this stuff, y'all. Listen, but this is what happens when I read tarot. Okay, we just keep going. Sterling. Oh yes, thank you, breath of fresh air. That's your twin flame's name. Oh, that's cool. Well, stick around because my cat Sterling does hop up here sometimes and wants to be seen. I have 3 tuxedo cats. One's a boy, Sterling, and then I have 2 girls. And they join us sometimes on the live videos. So anyway, it's so nice to meet you. Like, if you have a channel, I'm going to try to go find you, okay? I'm Wild Kingdom Wellness all over social media, except for Facebook. And then I'm just Holly King Navigational Coach, which that means a lot. There's a lot to that title. But anyway, the world sucks right now, you know, for the physical realm. The physical realm of the world sucks. But the spiritual realm, y'all, it don't suck that bad. It does in a way, unless you're awake, right? Because the spiritual world for me is energy. Like spiritual life force energy. We all have it. We all have it. We all have a form of spiritual life force energy living inside of us. It is your consciousness. For me, growing up as an evangelical Christian, I did. I laugh too. I'm like, they're like, why you play with witchcraft and you were a Pentecostal? Yes. I am all the things when it comes to spirituality. I'm all the things because I don't believe in one thing other than energy and consciousness and how you view your creator. Again, First Amendment right. It's up to you what you want to call God or the goddess or the universe. So this channel has been and always will be about spiritual wellness. But back to my pet peeve, what gets my goat, it's not that people are rich and famous and they have bling all the time on their fingers, which is why I mentioned Erica Kirk, being gaudy. They talk about, there's too much bling, there's too much gaudiness. Like, I'm not even mad about that because, I'm just a working class. Okay. I am a working class, and it's not just, I am a working class. And that, y'all, is what I'm talking about, is that the government thinks the working class are not paying attention to their bling, bling Hollywood saga. We see them see us. So all of this talk about surveillance and AI and tech companies and data centers, it's crazy. It's abso-fucking-lutely crazy. And it makes people crazy. But then you bring yourself back to your table and your morning routine and your calendar and your altar, and you look at yourself in the mirror, right? And you go, well, what am I supposed to do about it? What am I supposed to do about things that I can't control, right? Which is kind of what this card reminded me of this morning. And I know that was the long way to explain around the mountain of my reading what this morning. But when I read tarot, y'all, I do this. Like, I read it, I look at it, I go zoop, and then I pull the information out. And for me, I know almost immediately what that card means. I use the books to help guide me along as a tarot card reader because there are so many different interpretations of reading tarot. You got to look at the number 7. What does the number 7 represent? You look at the suit of cups. What does cups represent? You look at the card imagery. You look at like the story behind the card. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And when I do that, y'all, as a woman, as a white-ish woman, I always say that. I got stickers too, y'all. And I'll talk about this in a minute. I'm white, but I'm not that white. Listen, I bought the t-shirt. I got stickers. This is going on the back of my car. Y'all, I'm sick. I'm sick of all of it. I'm sick of all the fighting from Black people to white people. I can't. You know why I can't? Because I was bullied my whole life, bullied by Black people, beat up, bullied until I graduated high school. My best friends are Black. My best friends are Black and gay. My best friends are sisters of my city, my that are Black. My best friends don't see me as a racist. Okay. So, all this stuff, you all, all this stuff between politics and racism and religion, those are my three pet peeves. Those are my three biggest pet peeves in the world. It's not the popcorn on the floor. Okay. It's not from my husband, being messy. That's not my biggest pet peeve. It's not that I have to get up every day and take care of animals and check on family members and go to work and take care of clients and deal with, government issuings of things that are stupid, like, and pay my taxes and be able to like running your own business, y'all, that will be for another day. But like the world is heavy at times in the physical realms. The world is heavy. But when we look at things spiritually and we realize we're all made up of spiritual life force energy, your life force has many colors. Okay. Your life force, think about the chakras. Okay. Think about, the prisms of a diamond ring. Think about, everything in the universe. Think about how the stars twinkle. Think about how you look up in the sky on a clear night and you can tell that that red star isn't a star, it's the planet Mars. You're like, that star looks really red. Well, guess what? It's a planet and it's the planet of war and aggression. So when that star is looking at you, you need to be looking back going, I respect you. And the cosmic consciousness that that planet holds over your tiny little head. I'm a little sarcastic too, but that's what makes me fun, y'all. But y'all, I'm serious. I'm over it. So if Erica Kirk wants to wear her bling, let her wear her bling. Okay. If Candace Owens wants to investigate Charlie Kirk's death because it was her best friend, let her investigate because the FBI ain't doing shit. Ask Joe Kent. Politics, y'all. Politics, my pet peeve. But just start asking questions. Ask the universe. Ask for discernment in what you're putting into your mind. Ask for discernment on how many hours a day you're working and not taking a break. Guilty as charged. Ask for discernment through meditation and yoga and spirituality and walking outside, listening to the birds, shutting off social media for a while because y'all, I have a very bipolar love-hate relationship for social media. Ask my producer, Brooke. She'll tell you the truth. She's like, you got Facebook whiplash. I was like, so, but it can get so toxic. Facebook is the worst. Like that and True Social. I don't even do True Social, which is where Trumpy Jr. or not Trumpy Jr. He feels like Trumpy Jr. Donald Trump, our president, posts his stuff, and y'all, he be dropping the F-bomb all the time. So don't even do me. Don't even do me. I told myself a couple weeks ago on a video on here, and I was like, if he can say the F word, so can I. And I'm a spiritualist. So riddle me this, Batman. But anyway, that's all. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends, your family, your coworkers, the government. I don't care. Like, listen, I don't care. I don't care anymore. As long as I still have my First Amendment right, freedom of speech, I will be kind. I will be loving. I will be authentic. I will be honest. I have already asked for forgiveness for all my sins. And I plead the blood of Jesus over my life, like I was taught to do when I was a little girl. And I think I'm going to go rebaptize myself in the river, not this river, in a creek, somewhere clean, far away from data centers. But y'all, I'm ready to make it happen. So we're going to talk soon. I love you guys. Live the dream. Again, make sure you are watching, like, subscribe. Go to the website God, and I'll post this in the comments below. God ain't petty, but I am. Go to that website. It's a Black woman, beautiful sister. I can tell she's Christian, who creates white girl paraphernalia. And people are buying these t-shirts off the shelf, guys, because I'm white, but I'm not that white. So don't be a hater. And that's her message, is that we all should be getting along. So I love you. Again, God ain't petty, but I am is her website on Facebook too. And I'll drop the link in the description below once we get uploaded today. But yeah, get you some paraphernalia. And let's start unifying spiritually once again. All right, that's it. I gotta find my off button. I'm on a different device. Love you guys. Live the dream, and we'll see you soon. Okay, bye. I gotta figure out how to turn this off because I'm on a different device. There it is. It says end live stream. So goodbye.